Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Man, it has literally been about a month since I've sat behind this camera. Definitely keep a lookout for a chit chat get ready with me, and I'll talk about where I've been, my Kansas trip, and all of the fun stuff. But for this video, I'm going to be testing out some new makeup products like always. Not all of these are like brand new to the store, but they all are brand new to me. I have some high-end products as well as some more affordable products. So if you liked to watch me put some things on my face and hear my opinion, please keep watching. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my hair back. Feels weird being in here. Again, I feel weird. I don't know. Oh, I also got my hair done. Look. I got my hair done about a month ago, so my roots are already growing back in because I love that, and that's what you have to look forward to when you want to go super blonde. Yeah, but I'm happy being like this blonde again. It makes me feel like myself. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be trying out is this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Primer. First, I only had a problem with my vanity light mirror like buzzing, but now my ring light is buzzing, so hopefully you can't hear those. If you can, I'm sorry, I'll have to move around again, but I can't win. But this says lightweight hydrating primer that refreshes and preps skin for makeup application. Directions: apply evenly over clean or moisturized skin, follow with pretty fresh tinted moisturizer for the freshest look, which I don't think I have, but maybe. But anyways, we're not using that today. So this says it has coconut water, known to support hydration and skin softness, hyaluronic acid, known to hydrate and support healthy looking skin. I would say it is cold outside, so I'm just going to wait for my skin to get extra dry because it's going to happen. But right now, I don't really feel like I have a lot of dry patches. I've been doing a really good job moisturizing. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's kind of like a orangey peachy shade. It does smell like coconut, and it's really runny. Let's see. It smells good, but it's definitely a strong fragrance, so if you don't like that, keep that in mind. It does feel kind of like all my other serum primers, and it's getting like sticky fairly quickly. It feels good. But it reminds me a lot of this guy right here. This is the Wet n Wild Primer Serum, which I actually really like. This one looks like it left a little bit more glow to my skin than the Wet n Wild one. Ooh. Do you guys see that glow? Wow, I was not expecting that. I like that. I'd wear this by itself. So as always, I'm going to apply a foundation off camera because I like to do dedicated first impressions of foundations. Plus, I like to use a foundation that I know works for me, so it gives all these other products a fair chance. My shade of skin right now is so off. Like my legs, my arms, my body are all different shades. So this is probably going to be a little bit too dark, but we're just going to make it work. This is the L'Oreal Pro Glow Infallible in the shade 208. I'm going to apply this and I'll be right back. Yeah, so like I said, it is a little dark, but that's okay because nobody is going to see the rest of my body. But I think it looks really nice on top of this primer. I'm loving that primer so far, especially for my dry kind of normal skin at the moment. So 2 thumbs up for now. So for concealer, I'm going to try out the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Concealer. This is with hyaluronic acid and acai, and it is medium to full coverage. I have the shade C1. I have tried the Makeup Revolution matte concealer. I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, and it was a little too drying on my skin. Notice how I never use it in any of my videos because it's not one of my favorites, but I am excited to try this guy out. Okay, one thing I don't like are these giant doe foots, but people just seem to keep using them. I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to start with just what's on the wand. I told myself I was gonna stop highlighting my chin because I feel like it makes my chin look bigger, and then I keep doing it. Like, I always forget. So I'm just gonna press that in real quick with this Morphe E45. I actually like the shade of this concealer. It is definitely cool toned, and it is a little bit too light for this foundation, but I like that it has kind of like a pinky undertone, and this does think it's blending out really nice. It doesn't feel like it's as hydrating as it says. It's kind of blending out to like a powdery finish, and a little bit goes a long way. Just that little bit that I put in the corner of my eye blended out and covered my entire under eye, so that's good. And oh, it does seem like it dries pretty fast. It's drying down really fast, actually. I would suggest working in sections with this concealer. I wasn't expecting that at all, but it does look nice on the skin. I would love to wear just that primer, just the ColourPop primer, and then get this concealer in like my skin tone shade and just pop those on for the day, so that way I can just like cover up my under eyes, and then if I want to cover up any redness anywhere else, that would be like such a nice no makeup day look. It's always refreshing when I sit down to do these videos, because you never know what's going to happen, especially when you're trying out new products. So seriously, it's always refreshing when the first few things work. I think right now I'm just going to leave you guys for a quick second so I can do some cream contour. I have to do cream contour on my nose because powder just doesn't want to stay on my nose. So I don't have any new brow products either, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows as well. I just want to check real quick on this concealer. I've been trying to not set my concealer at all because I feel like that might be one of those things where people just tell you you have to do it, so everybody just does it. And like, honestly, as long as you're not applying like glitter or a pigment or something that's gonna fall out underneath, you don't really need to set your under eyes. My opinion, obviously. But I've been waiting until like the very end before I apply my mascara, and I literally just set like right underneath my lash line with loose powder, and then I don't set the rest of this. Like I said, unless I plan on doing like a glitter pigment or something like that, then I will. But so far this concealer looks really nice. I don't think it looks like super hydrating. I still feel like it kind of set down to like a soft matte, I guess you would say, but I definitely like this concealer over the other concealer from Makeup Revolution, the one that's supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. Alright, so for powder, yay! I'm going to be trying out the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Setting Powder. This is a pressed translucent powder, which I don't think I'm pretty sure I've tried one in the past, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Normally all my translucent powders are loose powders. So this says, lightly dust oil-prone areas using a large fluffy brush for a soft touch matte finish. This says, prolong the staying power of makeup. It's really hard to read this box. With the Watermelon Burst Pressed Setting Powder, light reflecting powders have been infused with watermelon extract, hyaluronic acid, man, it's like everything I'm using has hyaluronic acid in it, and vitamin E to help protect against dryness. It has a watermelon scent. This powder applies evenly and blends effortlessly, working to enhance the look of foundation by diffusing light, delivering a soft focus, flawless finish. So a lot of claims here. This is what it looks like. It just looks like all their other like blush packaging. It does have like a slight watermelon scent. It doesn't smell like watermelon to me. It smells like just something clean, but this is what it looks like. It does feel nice and soft. I'm going to try out this Morphe G5. It's kind of like a tapered powder brush. This looks like something that I would use for bronzer, but I'm going to try this out. So I just swirl my brush. Ooh, okay. I'm just going to tap this in the areas that I plan on applying bronzer. Oh, okay, well that mattified that real quick. Do the same on this side. It says it has light reflecting pearls, which I feel like I could see it on this side, but I can't tell if I'm seeing the powder or the foundation. I always set my neck because I hate it when my foundation gets on my clothes. Okay, I'm just gonna touch everywhere and see. Oh, okay. It's weird because you guys know if you've used that foundation, it is pretty sticky because it leaves like a dewy finish, but just a little bit of that powder totally matted it down, but it doesn't make me look dry or anything. And like how I said, I was just gonna powder the areas I'm gonna put bronzer, and then I ended up powdering everything. So I'm just going to powder my forehead. Because I have bangs, I don't like leaving my forehead sticky because I hate when my bangs stick to my forehead. It drives me absolutely insane. But I feel like I can see more of the like reflecting little pearl things that the powder said, that this powder said it had. I feel like I can really see it on my forehead now, which is what I've been looking for. Like, I know a lot of people use the Lancome Absolute powder because it's supposed to have like a little bit of like reflect in it, but I feel like I can never see it on my skin. But this one I feel like I can, and it doesn't feel like cakey like the Lancome whatever powder can feel if you add too much. So if you're looking for a one, like I said, I can't even tell you the last time I used a pressed translucent powder. So if you're looking for that, you're looking for a powder that's gonna set your face without feeling heavy, and leave a little bit of like a reflect to the skin, you guys, I'll wait to the end to give you my final thoughts, but so far this might be my new favorite powder. Okay, so for bronzer, we're going to be trying out this Becca Gradient Sunlit Bronzer. This is in the shade Sunset Waves, and this is supposed to have like a highlighter built into it too. So this is what it looks like. So this is supposed to be like a blush, bronzer, and highlight, I think, in one. So, alright, I'm going in with this Morphe Y7. Just gonna tap a few times, I guess. And go in for the kill. There's no going back now. This is like a super warm bronzer. I do like the glow that it's giving me. I feel like a lot of people don't like, oh wow, I got too much. I feel like a lot of people don't like glowy bronzers. I do, however. Don't get me wrong, I do like matte bronzers too, but sometimes I just want like extra glow to my skin. So this is something that I would like all the time, but if you don't like that, you probably won't like this. So, and if you just wanted to keep it matte and you didn't want the added shimmer, it's nice because all three matte shades are in the middle, so you could just like skip putting your brush on each side where the highlight is. I mean, I'm very rarely blown away by bronzers, but this is a nice bronzer. I'm not like go buy it right now, but it is nice. I think it looks really nice on the skin. I feel like I've been having a lot of trouble with patchiness right here on my cheek, on my left cheek. I feel like I need to like shave it or something. Yeah, I'm gonna slow down before I get too crazy over the bronzer. So yeah, that's a good bronzer. For blush, I'm gonna be trying out this NARS blush palette. This is the Exposed Cheek Palette. Packaging, love it. That might be a bronzer shade. I don't know. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Everything looks like wet. So here's a highlighter shade, and I think the rest are blushes. What a weird texture. I'm gonna go in with this middle shade right here because it's not a blush shade that I would typically pick out. I think it's called Come Hither, but I don't know. But every time I see these kind of like NARS palettes go on sale on Ulta, I usually always grab them because they're around like $40 or $50, and sometimes I just use my Ulta points so they're even cheaper or free, you know? But I feel like that's the best deal when it comes to NARS because NARS is very expensive. So when they come out with palettes like this where you get 6 blushes basically for the price of 1.5, I always grab these. So I usually use this for cream blush, but this is the Eco Tools Precision Blush. It's really dense, so that's why I use it for cream, but I'm going to use it for this today because I feel like that other brush just wasn't picking up product. I feel like this isn't really picking up product either. What is happening? I cannot get this blush to show up on my skin. I'm literally digging this brush into this shade and it is not coming out. Weird. Well, if you only like a little bit of blush, this palette would be for you. I like a lot of blush, so I don't know why this isn't applying. I've never had this problem with a NARS palette before. So I dipped into this dark shade over here and it's finally starting to show up. I don't know, maybe because it's not really showing up on my skin tone. I'm not even that, like I don't have a self-tan or anything. Maybe this would look better on more porcelain to fair skin tones, because I am just not really getting much. You guys know I love blush, and I'm really having to work for it. Yeah, this might be my first no from this video. I want to look up the reviews on that palette real quick because yikes. The unique Chica formulas have a weightless feel, allowing pigment to be built up while keeping its luxurious texture. It says it blends seamlessly into any skin tone, revealing color in its truest form. Can be worn wet or dry. Okay, so maybe if I would have got my brush wet, it would look better. And this is dab onto the apples of cheeks with your finger. For a watercolor effect, mist your brush with water before application. I mean, now that I'm looking at it after I just built it up a lot, I do like it, but I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it so far. It's a giant highlighter. This is from Catrice Cosmetics, and it's the Sungasm Face and Body Highlighter, you guys. This highlighter is gonna last you a lifetime. It also says it's a body highlighter, so that's great. So this says ultra fine highlighting powder for a glowy finish, face and body. Huge. It's huge. Look, it's like the size of a CD. So I'm gonna use my Anastasia brush and just kind of dab in there and apply it to my cheeks. It does kind of have a thicker texture. You know how most metallic highlighters feel? They have like that thick texture when you touch it. That's what this feels like. It's pretty intense, but it's not as intense as I thought it was going to be. Like when I swatched it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much. But I feel like this highlighter just kind of melted into the skin too. But I feel like you could also get your brush wet or spray your face first, and then it would be like really intense. Setting spray. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face before I start on my eyes. So I'm gonna try out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Setting Mist. So it's the same container as the primer. This says oil-free, ideal for all skin types. A microfine refreshing setting mist that hydrates for healthy looking skin. Shake it up. So yeah, it's like the same color as the primer. Let's see what this mister looks like. Oh, it's one of those like, not the greatest mister, but hey. Well, that spray definitely is glowy, which there's nothing wrong with that, so that's cool. My favorite like glowy like setting spray is actually the Pixie Glow Mist. For eyes, I'm going to be trying out the Juvias Place Nubian 3 Coral Palette. This is what this looks like. It has a lot of cool tones in it, and then a couple like maroon shades. So I figured maybe we can do like a maroon kind of gray silvery eye, which is like weird, right? Because normally you don't mix warm tones with cool tones, but let's do it. So let's go in with, let's do this shade here first. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, and this is going to be like my transition shade. Oh, it's pretty pigmented. I feel like that setting spray made my lids a little sticky. Next, let's go in with the shade right underneath, this one right here. I'm just going to put that on top. I'm going to try to use as many shades as possible. I'm going to use my finger real quick because I feel like my lids are really sticky. So you can see it's like kind of patchy. I should have set my lids first, but I forgot. What a pretty shade though. This would be like a really nice shade just by itself. I thought it was gonna be more brown. It's pulling off more of like a dusty rose shade. So I think I'm gonna build up this kind of like maroon peachy shades in the palette, and then I'm gonna do like a silver semi-cut crease because that's not something that I would normally do, and I think, well, one, it would match my shirt, but I think it'd be really pretty. So I'm just gonna switch to a more precise blending brush. This is a Morphe R39. I'm gonna go in with this pink kind of shade down here, and I'll apply that directly into the crease. It's really pretty too. I've never used a Juvia's Place palette that I didn't like, so it's always a plus. Their shadows are really, really, really good, and they're affordable, so it's even better. Okay, let's go in with this dark brown shade right here, this matte shade. I'm gonna start by applying that on the outer and then going into the crease. I want my crease to be pretty dark, you know, so when I go in with the other shade, the silver shade for the cut crease, it'll show up, you know, like it'll be more cut. I am adding this up here into my upper crease. So I never really worry about blending like the inner corners of my eyes really, because I'm going to cover it up with the shade anyways when I do the cut crease, so I just kind of leave it. Next time I really need to set my lids because I forgot, because I haven't been filming, you know, so when I sit down I just get all crazy and I forget to do things that I would normally do. So I'm gonna go in with this peachy shade again and just put that back into the crease. And this is a Morphe M504, so I'm just gonna buff that back in. And then I'm going to build up that dark brown shade some more. Okay, let's do, you guys, the shimmers in this palette. I'm just going to swatch them all real quick. Wow. This palette might actually live on my desk for a while because I feel like there's so many options. Look at that. That's insane. And this is dry. Do you see that? That's crazy. I'm going to swatch the silver ones too because that's what I'm going to put on my lid. Insane. That's so crazy. So pigmented. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take both the pressed silver shades, like silver gray shades. I'm going to go in with the darker gray shade first, and then I'll go in like closer to the inner corner with the lighter one, just so I can use as many shades as possible. I think I need to put down a little bit of concealer, so I'm going to go in with the Revolution concealer that I used at the beginning. Ooh, this is a really nice concealer to do cut creases because, like I said, I feel like it like dries down to like a powder finish kind of. I'm just gonna use my pinky finger first, I guess, and get into that darker silver shade and apply it. And I'm gonna use my MAC 242, I guess. feel like this eye looks better, but oh well. Now I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna wipe this off again. I'm gonna go in with the lighter silver and basically just put that on the inner corner and blend it into the darker silver. Ooh, okay, so now I'm just gonna go back in and add a little bit more of the matte shades to the outer corner. And I am gonna kind of buff on top of this silver shade just so everything is like together, I guess is what I'm saying. Like melts together, merges together, whatever. This is my favorite brush to do like more like detailed work on cut creases or detailed work in general. This is a Sigma Shader Crease E47. It's really tiny. I'm gonna dip into the dark brown and just buff that above the cut crease. Just made that super defined. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go with this Rimmel Stay Matte powder, buff out that line a little bit. There we go. Okay, so before I mess with any more on my lid, I'm gonna start on my lower lash line. Just gonna build all the matte shades on top of each other like I always do. So I'm gonna start with the peach shade first. Okay, then in with the shade above it. The dark brown shade. I always like to keep the darkest shade closest to my lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of this highlighter to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone, but just a little bit because we already have that silver metallic there. I don't feel like I need like too much, you know, but it does look bare, so I want a little something something. So the eyes are done. I don't have a new mascara or any, oh yes I do actually. I do have a new mascara to try out. I'm going to try out this Urban Decay Lash Freaky Volume Mascara. They did send this to me, super exciting. This says it has 23.6 times more volume. There is a freak in all of us, unique and extraordinary part of you that makes you stand out. Up to 20-hour wear, sweat proof, smudge proof, and flake proof. So let's try this out. I'm probably gonna apply lashes anyways because I feel like I have like a smoky eye going on and I need false lashes, but this is what this looks like. See what the wand looks like, but it's really spiky. What the heck? Do you see that? Weird. This is like the weirdest wand I've ever seen in my life. Weird. I like it though. It's like a comb, because normally, you know, mascara wands have spikes all the way around it. This is just on one side, and then it has like a smaller head towards the front for like the inner lashes. It's kind of giving me like Lancome Grande Nice vibes mixed with a little bit of L'Oreal Telescopic. I feel like I've never tried an Urban Decay mascara. Wow, weird. I'm like all for that, and it's not too bad. Normally I can only use waterproof mascaras because my lashes go like this. They like don't hold unless I use a waterproof mascara. This one's pretty good for not being waterproof. I wonder if they have a waterproof version. I'm sure they do. If not, hopefully they'll come out with one soon, and then that will definitely probably be my go-to. But that wand is weird. Definitely takes a little bit to get used to. Alright, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see my lashes. I'm gonna let that dry, and I guess we'll just do lips and then I'll put on lashes last. So I have 3 lip products to try out. This first thing is from CoverGirl, and it's the Exhibitionist lip liner in the shade In the Nude. This is what it looks like. It just looks like a Maybelline lip liner if you've ever tried that. Oh, and it does have a little kind of slant to it to really hug your lips, and it is a cream kind of twist up pencil. Well, it definitely is the shade In the Nude because I can barely see it. Not the biggest. Okay, I love how it's shaped. Like, I love how it like hugs your lips, but I don't really like the shade of it because I like more of like a brown, and this I feel like you can't even see. Yeah, okay, so love the applicator, I guess is what you would call it, but don't like the shade. So I'm gonna pop on a more brown or something that will show up. I'm just gonna use MAC Strip Down. For lipstick, I'm going to try out this NYX Shout Loud lipstick. This is a satin lipstick, and it's in the shade Cali. Never tried this. I love NYX products though, especially their lips. Okay, so this is what it, ooh, pretty. What the, it's like the perfect nude. It smells a little like buttered caramel popcorn, but that's okay. I don't know if I would say this was satin. I feel like it's more of a matte cream, I guess. It's definitely a Kylie lip color. I'm going to show you a swatch on my hand. Really pretty. It's like a mauvey, nudie brown shade. Again, this is the shade Cali. For a little bit of gloss, I'm just going to use this Revlon gloss in the shade Supernatural. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to leave you guys for a quick second and then apply some lower lash mascara. I'm going to try out the Urban Decay Lash Freak mascara from my lower lash line. I'll let you guys know how that goes. And then for lashes, I'm going to use these lashes from the brand Anywho's. If these are available for purchase, because I know I got them before they're available for purchase, but if they are, I will definitely link them in my description box because they're my favorites. I wear them every chance I get, and I'll be right back. I'm back with my finished makeup look. My battery died, so I've actually been gone for like 30 minutes. But anyways, so this is what it looks like with the lashes and everything. I feel like I'm having a really good makeup day, and that doesn't happen a lot. Like sometimes when I do my makeup, I'm like, oh, this looks good. And then other times I'm like 100% satisfied, and that is today. So that's always a amazing feeling to have like a really good makeup day. But anyways, I'll stop rambling and I'm gonna go over all the products with you guys and let you guys know my final thoughts. So in no particular order, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. So far, I really love this stuff. I love the glow. I love the scent. The sprayer isn't my favorite, but I can get over it. But I love how it made my skin look. Then I have the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I didn't think that I was going to like this as much as I do. So yeah, this is definitely going to be in my... It's going to be living on my desk right now. Normally when I do these videos, my favorite things like stay on my desk and I use them like over and over and over again. I love this. I love the glow that left on my skin. I love that it was like lightweight. I just really loved how my skin looked, and I feel like the foundation looked really nice on top of it. I also think that this primer would look really good by itself with just like a little bit of like spot concealing. I think that would be beautiful for like a no makeup day, or if you just wanted to run errands, you just wanted like a little bit of something something. Then we have the Urban Decay Lash Freak. I really like this. I did use it for my lower lash line. The wand is a little bit tricky to get used to. I don't know if I would use this for my lower lash line all the time, but I do like it for my, what do you call those, like regular lashes, like my upper lashes, whatever those are. But I do like it for those lashes. I don't know though if I like it enough to purchase it for full price. If they came out with a waterproof version, or if they do have a waterproof version, I would probably go that route, just because waterproof mascara holds my lashes up. This one did a good job, but it didn't blow me out of the water, I guess is what I'm saying. But I do think it's a good mascara. Then we have the NYX lipstick. This is the Shout Loud Satin Lipstick in the shade Cali. Love the shade of this. Again, I think this is more of like a cream matte. I wouldn't really consider this satin, but I love the shade of it. Beautiful brownie, dark mauve nude shade. Love. This I will pass on. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Lip Liner in the shade In the Nude. Not the formula. Love the formula, but I don't like the shade of it. It just, my own personal preference, I like more of like brownie type gray nudie shades, and this was just like way too nude. I couldn't even see it. So yeah, I would pass on that. Then this is so good. I'm definitely going to be doing maybe a couple more tutorials using this palette. I love it. To me, it's unique. This is the Juvias Nubian 3 Coral palette. Like seriously, who'd have thought to put like maroon brown shades with silver? Like amazing. Like I think it looks so pretty. It just looks so pretty. I love it. Every single shade I used, I love. The matte shades are good. The shimmer shades are ridiculous. Highly recommend this palette. Then we have the Catrice Cosmetics Sungasm Face and Body Highlighter. This is really pretty for the price. Gorgeous. The size, amazing. Like for real. I think this would be a really pretty body highlighter as well, and this is going to last me forever. Let's just be honest here. So then we have the Becca Cosmetics Sunset Waves Bronze. Oh, it says Bronze Bondi, Maui Nights, and Rose Gold, and Ipanema Sun. Oh my gosh, I don't know. But I guess that's all the different shades all in this, I guess. I like this. Again, I wouldn't say go buy this, you need it immediately, but it is a nice bronzer. I love that you can get a bronzer, blush, and highlight out of this. If you didn't want the shimmer bronzer, you could just stay away from the sides and just get the matte shades in the middle. So I do like this. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more, I think. If you get anything from this video, top 3 things: the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Primer if you have dry skin, the Nubian palette, and then this Ciate London Watermelon Burst Setting Powder. I'm obsessed with this. I love it. I love that it left like a nice like kind of sheen to my face. It didn't feel heavy. It felt really lightweight and a little bit like set my whole face without making me look like super matte and dry. Plus I think the setting spray helped out too. But anyways, love that powder. Oh my goodness. And I am not a pressed powder person, so I don't think I've ever raved about a pressed powder on this channel. If I have, so be it. But I don't think I've ever talked about a pressed powder the way I've talked about this one. So then we have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Concealer. I really like this too. I like that it dries down to like kind of like a powdery finish. Let me know if you've tried this concealer and what you think, but I do like it. I like it 10,000 times better than the regular one that's supposed to be the Tarte Shape Tape dupe or whatever. The last thing that I tried out is this NARS palette. Well, now that I know it's a limited edition, I guess I should have checked on that before I tried it out. I want to love this so bad, but I just don't think that this is for me. I think this is more, I mean, I'm going to try it wet because that's what it said you could do. So I'm going to try it wet. And then if I decide that I like it better using it wet, I'll definitely let you guys know. But I would definitely pass on this. I mean, right now you could probably only get it on Amazon, eBay, and Poshmark, but if you like a little bit of blush and you want more of like a natural looking blush, which is like totally not for me, like, I love blush. I love a lot of it. I think you would really like this, but if you're like me and you like a lot of blush and you don't want to work for it, then I would totally pass on this. But like I said, I really wanted to love it because I love the sheen, and I do agree with that one comment that said it really melts into the skin. Like, I do 100% agree with that. I just want a little bit more pigment, so I would pass on this just for my own personal preference. So that's everything from this video. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have tried out any of these products and what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.